Hey guys, it's Tats here from Castagra, and one of my favorite quotes is, "Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face." And that was said by Mike Tyson. And why do I like that? It's because when you're going through life, there's going to be ups and downs. You may have a goal, you may have a plan, and then all of a sudden, realities of life pops up its ugly head and then gives you a pop in the face. And then sometimes there may be a tendency to retract, try to get realistic with your goal. And I'm saying, don't. Stick with it, right? There's always going to be stuff like that. Expect it. And then when you see it, don't panic and move forward. Easier said than done? Sure. But before you do that, do one check though. Just one check. Now, this reminds me of a story related to a guest that I interviewed, an architect named Ario. And he had a great story. He studied architecture abroad or in his home country. And he came to North America and all his designations were lost. And this is a common story for many different people. But he didn't get discouraged. He got all the crummy jobs. He got bounced like a ping pong ball from company to company, just doing short-term projects and for many, many years. And, I was listening to his story and he was bounced around so much that I thought, most people would get fairly discouraged in a situation like this. So I was prompted in my podcast to ask him, how did you stay so persistent with this goal and what you wanted to do? Why didn't you change course? And without skipping a beat, he says, I love architecture. I do it as a hobby when I'm not working. So when you're in a situation where you love something, you don't think ever about doing anything else. And I thought that was the perfect answer. So when you're out there and you get popped in the face, ask yourself that question. Do you truly love your goal? Are you doing it for yourself? Because life's going to pop up and punch you in the face. Are you going to be able to be ready for that? Are you going to be able to stay resilient and stay through it? And one of the experiences that I have that some of you know is that I've been wanting to do this podcast, and when I first tried it to get that going, I had some resistance because I've always been a little bit shy, and although I've done a lot of different speeches, it's always been a little uncomfortable for me. So I had to kind of get through that, but I was able to because I really wanted the end goal. I wanted to share what I knew with people and help them. So I kept coming back to that. Every time there was an uncomfortableness with the change that I was making, or I was a little bit discouraged, or I would just kind of find a way to do something else, I would just pull myself back to that and keep reinforcing that position. So yes, Mike Tyson, I get your advice, but I have to add one thing. If you love what you're doing, if your goal is that important to you, your plan will not change if you get punched in the face. Anyways, this is Tats, and thanks for listening. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below, and feel free to subscribe or connect or follow me on various social media channels. Talk to you soon.